Hey YouTube, as I've seen, lots of people do not know how to properly do belt maintenance on their own snowmobile. So today we'll be doing belt maintenance on this 2013 Free Ride to show you how. So first, you should probably take off the side panel. It makes things a lot easier. And then proceed by taking off the cover. It's just one pin. And then the cover should pull off of a tab and slide up and out, like so. Once you have the cover off, it's very simple. You can go back to your cover and find a toolkit that looks like this. It usually says BRP on it. And if you pop that open, you'll usually find a whole bunch of tools. In this case, we always take ours out of these cases and put it in the cover itself. So on the cover, there's a little spot that you can do by yourself. Just put your little screw. It looks like there's an Allen key on one end and a threaded side on the other end. So you grab this threaded piece and take it and thread it into the clutch off the secondary. Now some people might think getting these side panels off is hard, but honestly, as soon as you get it down, it's easy. All you have to do is open the side panel, and you can see right here there's two little pieces that hinge. Those two pieces are easy. All you have to do is make sure the side panel is wide open, pull up, open a little bit, out, down, and it comes off. Now the clutch cover is even more simple. All you do is pull this pin, pull it up and over that tab and out. Now you can easily get to your clutches. Right in this hole. As you can see, as I tighten this, it moves the clutch spring in, like so, which relieves the pressure on the belt. So if you grab the belt by the side, right here, and pull it slowly, it'll come straight off, like so. Bring it underneath your primary clutch. And now that we have the belt off, I like to use Scotch-Brite. You take a little pad and you go along the belt. As you can see, there's a glaze on the belt. You want to scuff it up just a little bit, but you don't want to wreck any of the cords or anything. So you just want to go really lightly, as so, around the whole belt until the whole belt's done. Now if you take a look at this belt, now that I've scuffed it, it doesn't have that same shine that it used to. Now what most people do forget is that after you've done your belt, you're not actually done. Inside your clutches also gets dirty, so I like to take my Scotch-Brite and just go around the clutch, back and forth until I've done the whole thing. And make sure you get both sides as well, because it's not just one side that'll get dirty. Once you got your clutches cleaned, it's time to blow them out. For this part, I like to use an air gun, just your typical air gun, hooks to a hose, and just start blowing. I like to make sure I get in every single crevice and right around the spring, because as you can see, all the dust just starts to collect there and it'll soon come out. Once I'm done blowing out my clutches, I'll take my belt and I'll make sure my directional arrow, as you can see on BRP, it has a nice little arrow that says rotation and it has the arrow facing this way. So now that you know which way the arrow is facing, you take your belt and make sure that arrow is pointing the direction the motor runs. So I'll slip on my belt just like I took it off. And then I'll slowly take out this key. Now, I only back it off a slight little bit. Now, if you can see back here, there's a little gap in between the key and the spring itself. That's because the belt gets jammed in there. So what I like to do is push up on the belt and slide my hand across, making sure not to get my fingers caught in here. And as I do that, it loosens the tension off the belt in between the clutch plate, allowing it to spin. As you can see that I loosened off the key now, there's space in between the clutch and the key due to the belt being stuck in between the two sides of the clutch. Now to do this, all I do is push up and slide my hand across, making sure not to put my hand anywhere where it'll get pinched when the clutch is closed. Now you could hear that sound. That's the belt finally letting go and the clutch is closing a little bit more. And as you can tell that when the belt can now spin again. So now, just let off the key a little bit more, and repeat. Once the belt is sitting in the sheaves how you want it, you can pull the key all the way out. Now everyone likes their belt to sit at a little bit of a different height. I find if I have the teeth, the very bottom of the teeth, just above the edge of the clutch, it runs perfect. Now that you've finished your belt maintenance, you can start putting the machine back together. I'm done maintaining my sled, I like to give it a nice clean with a little bit of soap and water.